Okay, so in this slide you can see here on the left side the negative income tax, a little bit simpler than the earned income tax credit, but you see that the post-tax income is basically a linear function of the pre-tax income according to this example here. And the earned income tax credit looks a little bit more squiggly, but what I want to do now is, let's just replicate that quickly in Excel. So what we do is we create first a column, and let's call that column pre-tax income. Pre-tax income. And okay, we start with, let's say, a value of 0, and then let's have a step value of 1,000. So I go to home, and then there is something fill series. So we have a step value of, let's say, 1,000. That should be enough. And so we stop at 45,000. So after 45,000, let's say everyone then gets to pay a 30% income tax or so. What's relevant is up to 1,000 now for now. And then we have the negative income tax, NIT. And we said the formula was equal to, so your post-tax income, so make sure we call it post-tax income based on the negative income tax. And the formula was to say this is equal to your pre-tax income, which is now 0, and then a minus, and then again your pre-tax income, and then minus, for example, we used the example $40,000, so 40, 1, 2, 3. And out of that 110%, so times 0.1. And this is where the 4,000 comes from. So even if you have no income, your post-tax income will be $4,000. Okay, so now I just can copy down that formula. And you see, if we go to 40,000, pre-income equals post-income. And before I draw it, let's still do the post-tax income based on the earned income tax credit. Okay. So here we had the phase-in range, and that was till 15,000. So let's give that a color maybe. So the phase-in range, let's make that maybe, I don't know, light blue. Okay, so the idea here is to say that you get whatever your pre-tax income is, plus whatever you earn in your earned income tax credit, which is, we said always, 40%, so 0.4 times whatever you earn, all the way up to 15,000. Okay, so now you can see the difference between the post-tax income based on the negative income tax and the earned income tax credit is that, if you don't make any income, you don't get anything. Okay, so now that goes all the way to until at 15,000 it phases out. So the maximum earned income tax credit that you can get is 6,000. Okay, so now between 15,000 and 30,000, that's the plateau zone. Let's give that another color again, maybe, I don't know, orange or so. And that is simple. In this zone, everyone gets the 6,000. So that this is your pre-tax income plus the maximum tax credit of 6,000. Okay, so everyone gets 6,000 between the income of 15 and 30. Okay, so now if you make $30,000, you get in pre-tax income, your post-tax income will be 36,000. Let me just so I just want to quickly freeze the top row. Okay. So, okay, but now between 31,000 and 45,000, that's when your earned income tax credits start expiring. So now for every $1,000 that you earn beyond 30,000, your tax credit of 6,000 falls again. So that means that your post-tax income is equal to your pre-tax income plus the maximum of 6,000. That, however, now shrinks by the difference between what you make more, than 30,000. So now we have to subtract from the 6,000 the whatever you make minus 30,000. Okay, and then times 0.4. Okay, so that means that this person here who makes $31,000 makes another $1,000 in the phase out zone, and instead of getting 6,000, that person gets $1,000 or 40% of $1,000 less. So that means that person only gets $5,600 as a tax credit. Okay, so now that person gets 5,600. Okay, so now let's do that until the very end. And yeah, that's it. So now we can basically replicate those two graphs. So in Excel, whatever you see in the first column, that will be by default the x-axis. So let's highlight everything. Insert, maybe recommend a chart. Oh, let's do it one by, we can do them actually next to each other. So here's our graph. And you can compare them now, but you see that the post-tax, the negative income tax, that's pretty much a straight line, whereas the earned income tax credit, that looks a little bit more squiggly. Again, most economists prefer the earned income tax credit solution because it is presumably more incentive compatible. Okay, so I hope you understand how those tax systems are being calculated. And on the next video, we'll just conclude with a couple of final redistribution policies.